Hi, I'm Anjad. I'm MK Assistant Professor, Government Freshers College, Chenpatna. Let me discuss with the recent trends happened in human resource management. The learning objective is the recent trends, the going mobile development in the human side of the business, merging business, priority and engagement of the employee, the requirement of integrated workforce management system, alteration in the rules of overtime, increment in the utilization of data and analytical tools, and more the millennial. These are all the then recent trends has taken place. We are going to then understand each and everything. Then regarding what is the trends is taken place in the human resource management. The as of now, the till now, due to the pandemic, so many then trends has been created. Even though some of the things we are going to then discuss, along with that, artificial intelligence, remote employees, virtual team building, automation, the data-driven strategies, employee learning, the better onboarding, the workplace experience, then a health advocacy program, caregiving benefits, inclusion, open the workforce, candidate experience, pre-employment assessment, recruitment marketing, mobile-friendly recruitment. These are the other trends also been taken place. The session outcome is that enable the student to understand the concept of human resource management, the recent trends. The students can relate to the real life situation to the analyze. Ongoing mobile. This is also one of the important trend is taken place. The using the mobile app within the human resource management is still in its initial stages. However, with the appearance of the cloud-based apps and then SaaS approach, these things are changing. The millennial, the employees have the expectancy in this area. The growing use of the mobile apps will easy to the administrative burden on HR. Will considerably develop the usage of self-service. By using the technological revolution is taken place. Then we are plenty of opportunity by using the mobile phones through installing the app. Through which we can make so many changes. This is one of the recent trends is taken place. Another one is the development in the human side of the business. In present vibrant business, the setting of most organizations have the ability to then flourish, but are instead of struggling since they don't have to then tap the complete potential and and empower the people. The success was driven by structure, the process, and encouraging the employees to function like machine. These are development of human side of the business. Presently, then we have to we can tap the human resource in the proper way. Here, so many trends has taken place. Another one is the merging of business. As far as the HR trend of the year and merging of the business, they would continue, and the situation will be continue to stay challenging for the most of the industries due to so many reasons. Then competition, throughout competition, or it may be then technological changes, it may be then any financial crisis. By including all these, it is very difficult to then survive in the market. That's why the more and more challenges will be then rising for the organization with the generation go by the hand by hand, and effectiveness of the HR paired with the analytics on the other hand, becoming the most attractive employer for the future workforce would not be then easy. Then another one is that another trends, priority engagement of employees. Gradually, most of the firms are focusing on driving the better performance by improving and engaging the engagement of the employees. Accordingly, the research by the Culgap, the establishment success financially, then such as the profitability, productivity, and the customer engagement is strongly connected to the employee engagement, which leads to an essential outcome of the business. This is another one. Another trend is that the requirement of integrated workforce management system. The establishment with one or more than 70 full-time or the equivalent employees, an act has transferred, which was an annual enrollment event into the process of reporting and tracking the extensive data on the monthly basis to meet the terms of the law. The various workers in finance, tax, legal, IT, HR who didn't share the data, they may now need to incorporate help to avoid the expensive penalties. This is another trend. The required of integrated workforce management system has been established. Then another one is that alteration in rules of overtime. The rule is proposed to raise the minimum level of salary for the white collar the expeditions, which could be The result in currently working 4.9 million the exempt employees losing their exemption instantly. Rest of the 6 lakh to 1 million exempt the employees working currently could lose the status of exempt in the next 10 years. This due to the automatic increase in the threshold level of the salary. This is also one of the recent trends is taken place. Then another one is that increment in utilization of data and analytic tools in present and crucial factor managing and recognizing the competitive situations related to a business life cycle is able to able with the collection, processing and analyzing the big data to gain and increasing the competitive the edge. The companies must use analytics to gain the data driven insights into the workforce trends and engage to then achieve the reinforcement recruitment, the performance incentives and the compensation arrange the evolving interest and the goals of the employees. The more millennial is that while much of the workforce in the organization consisting of retiring generation Z on the other end, the growth of millennial workforce is indicated. According to the research, is approximately half of the global workforce would be millennials by the 2020. While some of the companies, the majority is already millennial, the organization that wants to then hold the attract the fresh talent would have to then recruit the unit of digital natives. As this generation is a tech trend, it is also the important to ensure that their journey right from the hiring phase or to an onboarding is supported on social and mobile platforms. The remarking performance reviews. The HR management trends performance review is better understanding the changes that needs to be done improve the ability to perform. The most trending topic is regarding the performance reviews, which include the dropping rate of performance. Several companies have already implemented the static. Some are directing it in their firms, while few are abolishing the individual bonus. Many of the companies in some time have done interesting things to improve their performance. Now these are all the recent trends. In addition to that, there is some artificial intelligence is there. They're using the artificial intelligence. Nearly every industry uses the artificial intelligence to simplify its process. The human resource is no different. Then in one of the 2020s HR trend is incorporating more than artificial intelligence tool into everyday operations for the better efficiency workforce. Then how can we use artificial intelligence is verify the experience and education listed on candidates' resumes, spot the behavior that indicates the employee wants to leave the company. Then manage the employee performance, answer employees' HR questions, the customized suggestion for career paths and professional development options and etc. Detect the anomalies in behavior that could indicate the time theft, corruption and other misconduct. Another trend is that the more remote employees. The million people work remotely in the US, and that number of increased exponentially due to the outbreak of COVID-19. With then so many people working from home, HR department face the unique set of challenges. For instance, how do you then make the employees feel sense of company community? The manage the employees productivity and morale. The operate when the employees are located in different zones. The another trend is happened that then organizing virtual team building with the employees located different cities, states and countries. You can't rely on the traditional team building activities. HR professionals have to get the creative offering virtual team building ideas to the manager to help the teams bond. Automation of task. This is another recent trends. The HR professional have to have a lot to do then and often not enough time or staff to then complete it all. Reduce the workload by automating the following tasks: payroll, then billable time management, recruitment and onboarding, records management, employee benefits management, employee situations, tax documentation, etc. Then another trend is that then data driven strategies. HR professionals have to make the dozens of decisions every day. Each choice that could be potentially then change the direction of the company. You have to then accepting or rejecting the candidates, choose the benefits, the plans and the workplace perks, plan events and evaluate the employees with no guidance except your instincts. The data driven then HR strategy says to then choose the candidates based on the performance, capability, skill, setup, potential work, work for you and long term. Determine the risk factors you leaving and eliminate them for the better retention. Then gather insight into how to better engage and motivate the employees, and create training models and that adapt the employees learning style and the place. Emphasize on learning. In 2020, HR department should focus on helping the then employees achieving their learning goals, whether it's personal or professional development. Employees who feel their growth supported by their employee will be then more engaged, motivated, and productive according to the study. The better onboarding. The companies are finally then starting to then recognize their need to find the adequately trained and keep their employees because unemployment is at low. And add the element your onboarding, such as your company's core values, then direction of your company is going in, then annual organizational goals, the organization vision, and is stated by your CEO and other than senior managers. Another trend is that focus on workplace experience rather than focusing on employees engagement. Then BT says HR professionals should then work towards a better employee experience. Then he suggested the focusing on the following elements and the onboarding. The first one is the purpose, second the anatomy, then third one is the belonging. Then the purpose helps the employees to find the purpose and meaning in their work. Autonomy, then consider giving the employees more say over how, when, where they work. Belonging, they find the ways to then include the remote and freelance employees as well as those in different generations, gender identity, etc. Then another the trend is that health advocacy programs. As the high cost of health insurance continues to challenge to the employers, then more companies are turning to then a group and deductible health plans to contain the cost. Another trend is that the caregiving benefits. What you offer that then help the employees with the caregiving responsibility. The suggestion is given by the expert: flexible then work hours, remote work options, the care assistance plan to offset the caregiving cost, respite the care to give the employees time off from the then caregiving, paid family leave. These are all the recent trends has been taken place in the human resource management. Thank you for listening.